Hello, APBA friends of APBA Golf. This is Dr. TC from Lysippus, PA for video 2 of driving in the correct side of the fairway and getting a good angle. In video 1, we demonstrated that position 1 had good angles and good access to pins 2, 3, 4, and 6, and so he would be able to move his marker wherever he wanted if he wanted to have a parallel approach line that gets closer to any of these pins, because he's on the opposite side of the center line with respect to the pins. Now let's take a look at position 2. Mr. Palmer has driven the ball in the left side of the fairway this time, 300 yards out, just like position 1, but just barely in the fairway. Now we're going to see that pin 3 with position 1, I call that nasty. It's a tough spot, and it's tucked in that corner, but if Palmer were in position 1, he'd be able to aim and get close to it. Now, if you thought that was difficult, look how nasty it is when you're on the wrong side of the fairway. You're covering almost all the bunker, and you have almost no green to land the ball and stop it. So just the opposite is true for position 2 than was for position 1. And this left side of the fairway, from the golfer's perspective, position 2 is on the left side of the center line, and so he will have good access and good angles to 5 and 1 pins, and we can see that immediately. No bunkers in the way at all. He's got nice clean access. So if he's shooting to pins 5 and 1 from this position 2, he can aim and move his marker anywhere he wants along this 300 bold line and pick a new origin or target line and shoot along that line. But for pins 2, 3, 4, and 6, this player in position 2 is not in a good spot. He has a bad angle, and he will be forced to use the center line. Let's shoot for pin 2 from both positions. That's not too bad of a pin, really. We determined last time it was 180 yards away. Let's show that again. Let's mark the original position with this old metal one, and we'll use the pewter to move. So 15 yards counts as only 5 yards to get back to the center line. Every full 15-yard unit counts as 5 yards. In the old game, we counted the entire thing. We counted all 15, but that's not realistic at all. All right, 5 yards to get back. 10, 15, 20, 25. 50, 75, 125, 50, 60, 70, 180 yards. Sorry about the spinorama. 180 yards to get level with pin 2 from position 1. Let's go for that pin. So our line actually is 5 yards left of the center line. Okay, I think Arnie can knock down a 5-iron. We'll go ahead and use that classic great APBA card here. Arnie's average iron is a 4, and on the 2010 and 14 we have the same yardage as a 4 for a 5-iron. Knocking down is going to be just about right, isn't it? 180. Boy, that looks good. We'll get 5 yards roll potentially, and it might go right 5 yards, which is one reason we want to go ahead and aim at that pin. Palmer does predominantly tend to miss to the left. You can see the 56%. So let's get a roll. Are we ready for a roll? We got a 13. And a 13 on Palmer's eye is a 4. That's an average eye. So we're able to actually reduce the left or right by 5 yards if we want to. A knockdown 4 is 180, and it goes right 5. We don't want it to go right 5. We got our average eye. It goes 180 straight, and from the fairway it rolls 5. So we got our 180, and it rolls 5. We are 1 square away. Very good shot, Mr. Palmer. Now let's take it from the second position. Let's get a roll, but first, we can't aim. We have to go to the center line. We go to the center line in that position, and it's still going to be that 5 yards to get back, and it's going to be 180 to get to that 2 position. We'll play the same knockdown 5-iron. You ready for a roll? We got a 46. A 46 on the I column. We know that's a winner. That's a 24. That was a good outcome. The 24 is an average I. So he will go 180. He'll want to go right 5. We can kill that because he got his average 5, and he'll roll 5, and he will be 1 diagonal from the pin. 20 feet versus 15 feet minus the roll of the die. All right, 2 very good shots by Mr. Palmer. I hope that is helpful to you. I will return with video 3, and we will talk about these positions around the green in yellow and red. So farewell until video 3.